Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce. This, their first chance to take a look at Indiana this season.
They took the season series against this opponent last year. High-profile games are the best.
And Grant, one thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such complete rosters.
Now here's Westbrook. Harden from outside. It's hauled in by Garnett. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We briefly talked about Jaylen Brown and what kind of defensive mindset you have to have against him. And he said, we have to be willing to work just as hard as he is. We have to fight through every single screen, talk to one another, and contest every shot we can. Sounds like it'll be an all-out effort against Brown here in this one. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, he was making sure of that one. Jackson with the strong finish.
Vassell, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you have to love the hustle to follow it up there. Timed that tip perfectly.
To the inside, Garnett. Sarr pulls it in. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about it. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
Here's Garnett. Rebounded by Russell Westbrook. Boston on offense. Pass to Vassell. Westbrook outside. Tipped. And the ball out of play. The Pacers will have it. Poke loose. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And here they come. Here's Jackson. Nice D from Vassell.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Such a versatile guard. James Harden is a triple-double threat every single night.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Takes the three, and Russell Westbrook hits from deep.
And Westbrook is very skilled at sizing up defenses. He understands when he should take these quick shots.
To the middle. Here's Jackson. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
Here's Harden. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Harden's got 5.
Yeah, that soft touch that Harden has on his shot makes hitting a mid-range J look so simple.
And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Pacers trail by 6. And here's Ivy. Jackson outside. And here's Brown for 3. Rebound Boston. And there's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. And a big finish by Robinson.
Well, we know Westbrook can rack up the assists in no time. He's all for finding his teammates.
Back to Ivy. Oh, stolen by Harden. Vassell, right side. And stolen by Brown. To the paint. Here's Garnett. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating. Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Anthony Davis prefers playing power forward. He said, quote, if I have to play the 5, then it's totally fine. At the end of the day, I trust coach's decision. I'm pretty sure he heard AD wants to play the 4, but I want to win. So if that's me playing the 5, that's what it's going to be. Back to you.
He can do both. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Great open look there.
You know, Brown is just a really good jump shooter. Plus, his J looks good, too.
Davis, a screen. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. We'll try to make it a three-point play. Boston shooting their second free throw attempt on the night.
And you watch AD out there. He's kind of a quiet guy. But Davis lets his game do the talk.
Garnett, no good.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Outside Robinson. Here's Harden. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Harden's got 7 points.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop this?
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
And a big finish by Robinson.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Back to Melton. It's a nice passing by Indiana here. Ball no good. And so it's Westbrook who will bring it up for Boston. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Here's Davis. Lays it up and banks it in. Davis has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And Grant, while most didn't expect it, last season the Pacers made the second NBA Finals appearance in their franchise's history.
Yeah, B.A., there's so much belief right now in that locker room. They never feel like they're out of a game, and that makes them dangerous.
They grab their own miss. Vassell outside. Left side, Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Aldama grabs the board.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And it's Westbrook off the drive, and they pick up 2. Harden's got 9.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Melton on the wing. Back to LaRavia. The 3. And Indiana misses again. Boston leading by 15. Down low. Here's Davis. And Davis slams it home.
And talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list. Flying in with the one-hand slam.
That right there was a statement finish. Outside for Harden. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. Will stand now that we've had the coach's challenges for a few seasons now. What do you think about it?
Well, B.A., I'm probably in the minority. I don't really like them. I think they slow down the flow of the game. And look, across all sports, mistakes are part of the game. Players' mistakes, coaches' mistakes. and referees' mistakes. Let's just live with them and keep the game moving.
Shot's good by Black.
Well, he can play inside with that 6'7" size. Black aggressive down low.
Here's Harden. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Garnett. Gay with a rebound.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Harden. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
That's good from Harden. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Pass to Gay. On the wing, Strus. 4-3. That shot's good. Russell making the play.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
On the wing, Ivy. And here's Black. Back to Brown. And there's the rejection. And he stays with it. Inside. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Pass to Sarr. And stolen by Brown. Stolen by Strus. From deep, Sarr. Doesn't go for him. Pacers trail by 21. Here's Ivy. Some solid D from Beasley.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw, no good.
And there is an undeniable swagger to Russell's game. He plays with a ton of confidence and knows what he can do out there.
And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Grant.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East, BA. And with a blend of youth and experience on the roster, this is a team built to win now and into the future.
Boston on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. To the paint. It's picked off. Down low. Shoots. And once again, off the mark by Indiana.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Oh, misses the dunk. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Celtics just dominating this one. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And so it's Paul with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Milwaukee will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. There's the triple. Drains the triple.
Well, for this offense, it's always a good sign when Lonzo is knocking down those deep threes.
Russell deciding where to go with it. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Celtics lead by 21.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said, our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based, accountability type of basis. BA, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Now here's Strus. He has 6.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
I've wondered, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid, fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Doubled by Strus. The kick out to Ball. The three-pointer off the mark. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Buries it from 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Now here's Strus. 12 points for him. And so the ball out of bounds. Strus touched it last. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Out to the right wing. Jackson, right side. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
From the high post. The putback. Goes up again. Ball with a steal. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Vassell. And it's blocked by Davis.
Well, if Anthony Davis is protecting the rim, you might want to go somewhere else. The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
All right, Stan, Devin Vassell, a proven scorer, now with some experience under his belt. What do you make of him?
Well, he's definitely an interesting player, B.A. The important thing for him is focusing on taking more high-percentage shots.
He set that trap up perfectly. I mean, he had the inside-out pass scouted and jumped right on it. Woohoo! Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
So it's Boston now, following the bucket by the Pacers. Three-pointer, Harden. And again, Boston with the triple.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
And Ball gets it to go.
Well, there's Ball just taking what the defense allows. That's how you do it.
Harden into the lane. Up and in on the layup. Harden's got 24.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Ooh, too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Indiana shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. No good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. And how about Lonzo Ball, Stan? Always roaming the passing lanes, looking to pick one off.
Well, look, B.A., he has great instincts. He knows where the play is going, and he gets there before the ball does.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And then Harden with the jam.
And so often you see Harden flip the ball up there off the bounce, so it's cool to see him elevate and hammer it through.
And he gets the bucket.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
On the wing, Harden. Releases. And the jumper is on the mark. 28 points for him.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press.
Indiana, 27.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And Ivy pulls it down. Here's Garnett driving in, and he goes in for the dunk.
Well, Ivy doing a good job of keeping the ball moving to set his teammate up.
Outside Harden. Well, Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, BA. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve. Well, I'll tell you, Brown gets off the floor so easily.
Cassell's shot is good.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Jackson can't get it to go. And here's Boston. And Harden with the slam.
A consistent and standout scorer. It's really no surprise to see Harden making a big impact out there.
And here's Ivy from the arc. It's hauled in by Robinson. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Harden can't hit.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
And it's blocked by Davis. Nice ball movement by Boston. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Just an all-star level talent. I mean, stopping Harden from scoring is almost an impossible task at times.
In your career, Stan, you coach contending teams as well as teams that had little to no expectations.
Yeah, B.A., give me the contending teams. Give me the talent and the expectations and pressure that goes with it. Listen, coaches just want as much chance to succeed as they can have. And when you've got the best players, you've got the best chance to win. And the pressure that goes with it is a lot easier than struggling night in and night out.
And here's Ivy from the arc. Sarr pulls it in.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's Harden.
Well, you love the physical tools Ivy brings to the defensive end.
Second chance shot. And it's Harden laying it in. Harden's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Aldama left side to the inside. There's the double team with Sarr. Landale misses. Boston on offense. A 12-0 run right now and counting. Harden misses.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And Indiana misses again.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
On the wing, Vassell. Davis a screen from about 19. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Harden's got 39.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Celtics.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for James Harden.
Well, he was so active defensively, anticipating, grabbing steals, one of the most underappreciated stats in the game.
Harden misses. And here's Ivy from the arc. Knocks down the triple.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Harden with it. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. So Sacramento will get the first possession here. Outside Carter. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Now here's Harden. It's hauled in by Portis. Right side Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Stolen by Carter. Here's Brunson. Basket counts.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Now here's Harden. Sarr screen from 20 feet. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You got to keep this kid off the offensive glass.
Pass to Brunson. Sinks the tray. Brunson's got 5.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Stan, there seems to be an impatience to this Kings organization. Continuity is not the order of the day.
Well, yeah, BA, and it can be disorienting for the players. You don't want to become complacent, but there's got to be a happy medium and some stability.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. I asked Coach about Jalen Brunson's game and what stood out the most to him. He replied, I'd say his toughness as well as his leadership. His teammates rally behind him, and that's why we've got to bring that same kind of intensity to guarding him tonight. Containing Brunson won't be easy, but let's see if they're up for it. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. To the right side. Brooks from outside. Sarr pulls it in. Celtics trail by 3. There's Davis with the 3. The offensive rebound. And finished off by Sarr.
Just bouncing off contact. Sarr, man, 2 points the hard way.
Pass to Carter. Outside Brunson. Outside Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. And another miss by Sacramento. Boston on offense. Harden. Can't hit from in close.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
And he comes up with a bucket.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Westbrook outside to the paint. Shot's good by Sarr. Sarr's got 8 points. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Portis outside. Oh, stolen by Harden. Vassell right side. The 3 ball. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
And Vassell's jumper continues to evolve and improve. He's a real threat off the catch.
Sacramento passing it around. Back to Carter. To the wing, right side. Pass to Brunson. Just 4 to shoot. 3-pointer off the mark.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Right wing. Here's Westbrook. And there it is for him.
Well, he might be a guard, but Russ finishes like a big in the paint.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Sacramento Kings. Trailing by 4. Zubac. The rebound, Celtics.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
Harden misses.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Portis outside. Carter from outside. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Alexander Sarr getting it done for Boston. He had solid production this quarter with
9.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Here's Harden. And he gets it to go.
But one thing we know for sure about Harden, he does not shy away from contact.
Outside Carter. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Boston leading by 6. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Got it. Westbrook's got his 2nd basket of the game.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson. The free throw drops for Brooks. As someone who helped make the game what it is today, what do you think of the modern NBA, Stan?
Well, look, B.A., skill level has never been higher. These players are the best that have ever played the game. We got more guys on the floor who can shoot the ball, more guys who can handle and pass. So the game is at its height. There is always going to be things that can be improved, but we've got to really appreciate what we're seeing in today's players.
Outside Harden. Screen by Robinson. Clinging with the block.
Okay, young fella. Look, I'll tell you this. Do not test Donovan Clingan. They just learned that the hard way. He knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass.
Harden drives in. And Harden with the slam.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Pass to Brunson. Back to Carter. Here's Brooks. No good on the triple.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
If given the space, Harden's not afraid to take it to the rim.
Now here's Martin. Carter from outside. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Carter. Martin a screen. And Brunson, here we go. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson. And timeout called by Doug Christie. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And about 3 minutes played now in the 2nd quarter. Pass to Russell. On the wing, Strus. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Strus has got his first 2 points of the night.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the 2nd period.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Kings are great offensively, but looking for continued improvement on the other end. Head coach Doug Christie said, defensively, what I'm asking them to do, the level of intensity, is difficult. I want you to play so hard that you raise your hand and say, quote, I need to come out of the game. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Clowney. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass. The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Out to Anthony. The 3, Barrett. And And another miss by Sacramento.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Outside, Green. Sacramento passing it around. 5 to shoot. From the wing. Misses off the right iron.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Ooh, poked away. Fires the three. And Anthony hits from deep. Anthony's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
A decent threat from outside. It's big for Anthony's confidence when he's knocking down those shots.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead.
Oh, it goes! He beat the buzzer!
The NBA never ceases to amaze me.
As crazy as that shot was, you could almost feel it was going in.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And here's Russell. Still no points. Ooh, got that one up quick.
A reliable distributor. Russell will find ways to set his guys up.
And Grant, after last season, a new front office taking over in Sacramento, trying to get them back in the playoffs.
Yeah, and after ending their record-breaking postseason drought in 2023, the last 2 years have seen the Kings again outside the playoffs. They're restless to get back there in the mix. And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And that one's good for Brooks.
And you got to at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
Drains the triple. Strus has got 8.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Beasley for 3. Rebound by the Kings. Pass to Strus. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 ball to go. Strus has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Portis, left side. Pass to Barrett. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Barrett with it. Strus covering. Carter on the wing. Outside Brunson. From deep. Knocks down the long J. 10 points for him.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now. And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Such a risky pass. Hopefully he thinks twice about attempting that again.
Russell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Strus. Now here's Beasley. He's checked by Carter. Brunson way outside. Gay with a rebound.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Portis with the steal. And here we go, Sacramento on the fast break.
He's an opportunistic scorer in the open floor. Barrett makes sure to take advantage of these chances whenever he can.
Pass to Strus. Fires in the triple. Strus has got 11 points here in the second half.
Well, coming out of the half, he's been much more aggressive, helping them space the floor.
Beasley for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Watch his poor transition defense. He's too good a shooter to leave open out there.
And here is Barrett. Here's Brooks. Pass to Carter. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Russell with the ball. Now guarded by Barrett. It's Beasley on the wing. And here's Strus outside. Rebound by Sacramento.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Beasley outside. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Strus. Beyond the arc. They get it again. Robinson. Strus' shot is off. Kings trail by 19. Here's Brunson. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. From deep, Strus. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And timeout called by Doug Christie. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And there's nothing more frustrating for a coach than seeing his team giving up a bunch of second chance points. That's going to be the main topic during this timeout.
Five ticks left in the third quarter. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Boston out in front, delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back after this break.
34.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Pass to Martin. Back to Williams. The 3. Boston pulls it in. Milwaukee will be traveling to face them after this game. And that game will conclude a 4-game homestand for them.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
All right, Grant, as someone who played for and managed the U.S. men's national team, give us your all-time starting 5.
And, you know, I think I'll go with 2 of the program's all-time leading scorers, Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony. And finally, you have to have Kobe Bryant because of just how he reset the culture in 2008. As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Out to the wing. Anthony right side. Lets it go from deep. Williams misses.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Pass to Sarr. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th. Anthony outside. Back to Martin. Out to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Play clock here. The Kings need to get one up. Williams from long range. Celtics lead by 22. Here's Harden. That's in there. Davis with the assist. 14 points for James Harden.
Yeah, getting it done inside. Harden proves he's more than just a perimeter player.
Pass to Martin. Back to Anthony. Misses the 3. And stolen by Anthony. Out to the right wing. Here's the pick. To the middle. Here's Clowney. Uses the glass on the layup.
Guys, I like that decision from Cole Anthony. You expect that from the son of an NBA player.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Harden. 3-pointer, no good. Here's Williams.
Whoa! Sweet move.
Assist from.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Knocks it down from distance. Harden's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Yes, so much of Harden's work happens at the top of the key, but he can also work you over from the corners.
Stolen by Vassell. Harden with it, and Anthony picks him up defensively. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Timeout called. Sacramento. They trail by 25. And Sacramento with some changes. One thing you hear coaches like Steve Kerr say, let's not gift foul calls that you'd never tolerate in a pickup game. You agree?
I absolutely agree, B.A., and I think Steve Kerr has gotten that across to the league and the way guys officiate now, and I think that's good. Let's call fouls when a guy's trying to score, trying to make an offensive play, and we actually foul him. Let's not reward guys when their only objective is to try to get fouled, jumping into people and stuff.
Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves. Well, you never want to leave points at the line, especially when you're down late.
A master of attracting contact, Harden just takes pride in fooling defenders and getting those calls.
First one falls for him.
At the line for 2 shots.
Harden hits them both. And, Coach, the Kings know they need to get better defensively. But do they have the personnel is the question.
Well, so much of defense is about your commitment to making multiple efforts, in particular contesting three-point shooters, an area they've struggled in tremendously. If you're starting to fix something, start there.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Celtics.
And as we see the game wind down, you have to remember all the second chance buckets this team put on the board.
They definitely won it with their offensive rebounding. We watched them attack the ball and turn misses into makes all game long.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And as most people predicted, the defense, even though they were keying on him, had no answers for James Harden.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
And he shows the focus there, nails the tee. 11 seconds left in the 4th. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.